Hello, everyone. We are going to talk about Ding Dongs and Twinkies and the gluten-free variety that is. Um, those are some treats that I loved as a kid. I begged my parents to buy them, and they hardly ever bought them, basically never. And so when I became an adult, I made sure I went and I bought some Ding Dongs and Twinkies whenever I felt like it. Well, then, of course, I went gluten-free due to celiac disease, and now I don't really get those. However, the other day in Natural Grocers, I found Ding Dong and Twinkie substitutes in the gluten-free variety made by cats here. Here's the Ding Dongs and here's the Twinkies. So we're going to do a taste test here and see how they stack up. Now, it has been a little while since I've had a real Ding Dong or a real Twinkie, but again, we'll do the taste test here. I did the price comparison. Yes, unfortunately, the gluten-free variety is much more expensive. At Natural Grocers, I did get these on sale. That's why I bought them. I'm a frugal person. I don't want to pay full price. So these Twinkies, six of them were $5.29 on sale with a $6.49 regular price. I was curious what the regular Twinkies cost, and at our local Fred Meyer, which is a Kroger store, was $3.69 for 10 Twinkies and 13.58 ounces, whereas this is only 8.8 ounces. So we're paying more and we're getting less, but it is a gluten-free treat, which I don't buy often. And I want to make sure when I do buy it, it's good stuff. So hopefully this taste test is helpful for you in making those purchase decisions. The Ding Dongs, only four of them come in here, and they were $4.95 on sale and $5.89 for the regular price at Natural Grocers in my town. And this is 7 ounces versus the Fred Meyer regular Ding Dong version is 12.7 ounces and $3.69 for 10 of them. So again, you get way more ounce and number wise and for less money if you do not need the gluten-free version, but I'm glad that the gluten-free version's here. So let's give these a try. This is a Ding Dong. And I look at it, and the actual Ding Dong itself seems a bit smaller maybe than the Hostess variety. Although they weren't super large from what I remember. And here we go. Yum. Mm. Mm. It doesn't feel nearly as simple as Ding Dongs did when I was a kid. But again, it's because my parents didn't allow me to have them. So when I could eat them. All right. So this was pretty good. I don't think it's something I would rush to the store to buy regularly just because of the price and the health content of it. It's still pretty unhealthy, to be honest, but for a good treat. All right, let's try the Twinkies. All right, this looks about the size of a Twinkie. And I must remind you that these ones that I purchased came frozen. Usually Cat's products do come frozen. I've ordered directly from Cat's before, and you can get some good deals because they'll email you coupons and run some sales and things, and you can buy enough, you get free shipping, and they ship it with like ice packs. And so, and they have lots of these copycat things like Ding Dongs, Twinkies, donuts, things like that. Lots of sweet treats. Hmm. This is pretty close to a Twinkie. I think because these come frozen and you can either defrost them or eat them. Mine are actually still a little frozen-ish here. Um, they don't quite have that same fluffy texture as a Twinkie. The filling, I think, is really good and is a good substitute for regular Twinkie. And the actual Twinkie itself is good. It's just not a whole copycat of an actual Twinkie. When I remember an actual Twinkie, it's really fluffy and airy. These are a little more dense. Imagine that with gluten-free products. But again, it's partly because you either have to eat it frozen or you can defrost it, but then it's going to have a little more moisture content to it, meaning that it won't be quite as fluffy. I will tell a quick story though. Last time I did eat an actual Twinkie, they say that Twinkies last forever. And this was many, many years ago. And I pulled one out of the cupboard, didn't think anything of it, opened it, bit into it. It was moldy. It is the most disgusting thing I've ever had. So fortunately, I don't miss Twinkies that much. But they do rot if the packaging gets a hole in it or whatever, just so you know. Anyway, as far as these go, these are good. I would say they're good. And if you're craving these specific treats, I would say they're worth it for a treat. Day to day, I probably wouldn't normally buy them, especially if they're not on sale. Since they were on sale, I gave myself a treat, but I wouldn't do it super often. But they do taste lovely. It's just that, they're a treat and not something I'm going to spend my money on all the time or my calorie intake. All right, thanks for watching.